Welcome to Max and Mirabeau. We're here in the kitchen, gonna cook some good food for you here today. As you heard from our good friend Ben in the front of house with his blood orange drink, we will also be cooking a blood orange duck for you today to coincide with Chinese Lunar New Year. We have a 5-spice braised duck. We just braised it earlier this morning, kept it in the oven to keep it at room temp so we can just sear it up for you quick today. What we're gonna do next, so we're gonna heat up our pan. Whenever you're heating up your pan, you want to keep it on full heat to get it up. If it starts smoking, you've gone too far and you gotta start over, get a new pan, otherwise you're gonna burn everything. So we'll get that going. The motto of what we're doing is blood orange. So as you saw with the drink, everything is blood orange up there, blood orange with the duck here. This is our play on the traditional orange duck, which is a Chinese tradition. Blood orange being more of a Spanish, Caribbean, tropical dish. It's kind of an infused flavor, so that's what we're going to be doing here today. So we're going to get our pan up nice and hot. Sesame oil here, we're going to add it in about 1 to 1.5 ounces. Get it nice and hot. You can see that nice. All right, once this gets up to heat, there's a few ways to tell if it's up to heat. Put your fingers in it. If it burns you, it's hot. If it starts smoking, you're too far. If you add some water and it sparkles, it's probably nice and hot for you. So our pans here with our nice burners heat up quite fast. So we're gonna take our duck here now. We're just gonna lay it in nicely. You can hear it sizzle just a little bit. We don't want to go too hot too fast. We're gonna add a little bit of salt on the back on the duck. So that way it melts into the duck and gets everything nice and seasoned. So we're gonna let that roll for a little bit. Now the duck's in there, we're gonna turn the heat down about halfway. Let that cook for a second. We're gonna sear it really nice and hot, and then we're gonna flip it over and we'll add the rest of our ingredients we'll get to here in a second. So when pan's starting to smoke a little bit, we're getting too hot. Turn down, whoa. All right, flip our duck over. We have nice caramelization going on here. Very nice. What we're gonna add next is garlic. Generous amount, about 1 to 2 tablespoons. Shallots, 1 to 2 tablespoons. Ginger, about 1 tablespoon. We'll let that caramelize up. Get it going. See all the steam coming off? We want to make sure it's steam and not smoke. If it starts smoking, we've gone too far, start burning. So we're going to go for here is we're going to try to get all of our garlic, shallots, and ginger to nice and browned and caramelized. That's really going to allow the bitterness of all of the vegetables to leave and all of the buttery goodness come through of them. So we'll get that going nice and hot. Add a little bit more salt. Helps the flavors come out. So our next pan here is getting hot. We'll do our stir fry. So we're going to add a little bit more sesame oil. Shaboing. About 2 tablespoons. In there, we're going to start with the shiitake cremini mix. Just going to let it go nice and slow. Bamboo shoots. Lychee nuts. Garlic shallot. Let that stir up. All right, as we can see here, we got a nice caramely look going on. So what we're going to do next is take our di Serrano, pour it in, get a nice flambe on that. Once the flame goes away, that means all the alcohol is cooked off. That means that we're just left with the flavor of the alcohol, so we're going to run straight with that. All right, in this pan, we're going to let these guys cook up. All right. Just looking for a nice caramelization on these vegetables also. Whoop. All right, so our flame's gone. We're going to add in the rest of our ingredients. Here we have fresh blood orange supremes. We're going to add those in, cook them down. Soy sauce. Blood orange reduced extract. That's where the real magic comes from right there, freshly squeezed. Chili sauce. We're going to let that reduce down. Now what we're looking for is not quite au sec being French for almost dry. That's not what we want. We want it to still be nice and saucy, but a little bit on the thicker side because we're going to pound butter in at the end, which will also thin it out, give it a nice sheen. So, and our vegetable pan here next over. Vegetables are starting to get nice and cooked. You can start to see a little bit of caramelization starting to form. So what we're going to do here is take a Napa cabbage, carrot, red onion mix, add that in. You don't want to add it in too soon because the Napa cabbage will dissolve into a borderline nothing. Toss that together. Cook that up for a second, add our salt. All right, here in our duck pan, you can see all of the sugars are starting to come together. It's nice and bubbly and delicious. It's starting to get thick, almost sticky. As you can see, it's a little bit messy there. Keep that cooking. So as we're cooking, we want to taste it, make sure it doesn't taste too bad. It's delicious. This pan, we got the Napa cabbage just barely wilted. In this pan over here, we have ponzu, which is a traditional teriyaki slash soy slash condiment that you find normally in Japan, China, Southeastern Asia region. Just gonna put a hair bit of color on that. The ponzu is very salty itself, so that'll take care of most of the seasoning for you. All right, in our next pan here with the duck, it's about au-sec, so it means it's almost dry, it's reduced. It's getting thick, so what we're going to do is start our plating. As we get busier, we have our prep cooks bake off rice, steam off rice. It's jasmine rice with anise integrated into it. And then we have them packed into these cups. They bring it up here for service, so we do this about 4 times a night. All right, so the rice comes out. Take our vegetables here. Boom, vegetables. And we'll take our duck, lay them right down on top of there like that. And then we're going to take our butter, garlic butter. We're going to pound that in. This is the French way. As you do this, it gets a nice sheen on the sauce. Makes it nice and rich, full flavored. Once again, we have to try the sauce. It's delicious. The blood orange gives it a nice brightness, acidity to it, which cuts through the fattiness of the duck. Plate it right on there like so. All right. All right, coming up next, we just have blood orange garnish, which we did earlier today. Take that, place it right on top. We like to put toasted almonds on it. Toasted almonds fall nicely into the cuisine. A little bit of red curl on our rice to make it pop. Just like so. And then if you'd like, a little bit of orange, blood orange zest garnish. So here you have it. Our blood orange duck, which is our first menu item with the Chinese Lunar New Year, which is the start of many new items that we'll be putting on our list.